Hi, my name is Ken Grunewald. I'm a supervisor at TG. This is the How's My Process on site, also known as HMP. We will be talking about how the How's My Process works with your team members. So How's My Process is a tool that we use to communicate or have the open communication how our team members' performance is. So whenever we mark it green, so the way we use these is in the morning, starting the morning time, or starting at the beginning of the shift. We will go from process to process. So our team members say good morning, good evening, whatever shift it is, and call them by name. That way you make it personal. When these guys feel that you know their name, and it means a lot to those guys, okay? So the boss knows your name. It makes it more of a personal one-on-one. And so then when you walk up to them and you ask them how their day is, just open up with a line, how's the family, or how's the friends, or something personal. So once you've made them comfortable, then they will open up to you, and then you can bring up a fact of what's going on with their process, any machine issues. This is your opportunity this is their opportunity to share with you what machine issues they might be having, what is causing their alarms, what's causing their downtime, what's causing their short stoppage. Because otherwise, some people are not comfortable of speaking in front of other people. This is a one-on-one opportunity to communicate. So you can tell them they've been doing a great job by if everything is green, or if sometimes they have a red issue due to attendance. This is an opportunity that you have to possibly fix that one-on-one. That way you can go, hey, I've noticed this last month, what's been going on? Then they're going to say, something's going on at home. I work on making it better. So then that way you got to correct it before you end up losing that team member. That's how important these How's My Processes are. It's not just us marking them green to make it look good. This is to show their performance, how they work. So a supervisor needs to remember how their team's performance is. That reflects back how they are a leader and how they are a supervisor, not just someone coming in to bark orders. So if their team members got good How's My Processes and no issues on the backside where the non-conformance of their processes or quality, because this don't just stage their attendance, this also shows their quality. But unfortunately, a lot of team members, they just see those red lines thinking that they're a bad team member. Once again, this is the open line for the supervisor to communicate and to compliment or to work on fixing whatever problem is on their HMPs. This is their evaluation that is at their process. So once you've gone over that, you'll go on to the next operator. You'll have the same conversation with them. Start it off with, once again, how's your day so far? Have you had any machine issues? Have you had any troubles with materials, returnables, Kanbans? Something to make them open up. They'll start opening up. They can open up, once again, like I said, about their personal life. And we just listen to it, give them the best advice we can. Once again, compliment on the good things, touch base on the stuff that needs to be corrected, and you've got to have the opportunity to fix that one-on-one. Like I said, instead of having to lose a team member because something could be happening. Once at the end of the day, once we've gone through and the day is done with, then they'll bring it back up, replace it back, and then it starts all over again. The following shift, they pick them up, they take them back to their processes. I don't always grab this. This is a little key for all supervisors to remember, because whenever you have this in your hand, a lot of people figure you're only talking to me because it's your job. Our job is to communicate with our team members and make them comfortable and be able to run good quality product for our customers, because if we don't have our team members, we don't have our customers, we don't have a job. So that's some of the things that us supervisors need to remember. We don't always have to have this in our hand, but at least touch base of what's going on it. Because these guys visually look at their HMPs or how's my processes every day when they come in. Now, since we've gone through the how's my process, now I'm going to go over to the workstation and show you how it's done. Hey, I wanted to take a few minutes.
Yeah.
See how you've been, Chelsea. How was your day today?
It's been good. Everything's been working fine. I've had one reset other than waiting on parts.
So we've had part shortages due to material flow or
No material flow.
other process.
Sure.
So have you had any other downtime outside of that?
No, other than waiting on a cart for maybe 10 minutes.
So
it would have only been, yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to touch base with you, I want to thank you for doing a good job today, and thank you for your hard work.
You're welcome.
And I also noticed on your HMP that perfect attendance
Good.
so far.
That's what I like
No
to hear.
PPM.
None.
Awesome.
Good.
You know?
Yeah.
And KPM has been perfect.
Okay, cool.
All right?
Yeah, don't make me nervous. Okay.
So, but once again, I wanted to thank you for your job.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
I know you move a lot around for us, so sometimes it's kind of hard for me to catch you at a certain process, but
Well.
I was able to take that time today, and I just wanted to tell you thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
Yes, you too.
Recently, in the last few months, we started a How's My Management check sheet for the supervisor that is similar to the How's My process that we use for each team member. This is as a countermeasure that we use for a issue that we had several months ago where an operator had a flow out, and to backtrack, the operator thought they were doing the correct steps for their standard work, and to go back to the supervisor thought she was doing the correct steps for her standard work. So we realized that the training wasn't up to par, and that the operator was not being trained the correct way from the supervisor. So this is a way that we can see that the supervisor is doing their part and doing follow-up work with them. So starting out, we check for first, middle, last. The supervisor is required to check the first, middle, last books every day, and if there's any kind of an X condition, no good condition found by the operator, the supervisor is expected to go back and find a countermeasure and to why that X was placed in the book. The second thing is to check that the supervisor is conducting their start of shift and end of shift meetings correctly, whether it's passing on items from HR, any kind of quality issues, any kind of changes made to standard work, that is checked. 4M documentation we check. The supervisor expected to enter in all 4Ms into a database. We check to make sure that those were entered and what issues were found in that 4M check, whether there was any kind of bad parts were found, a change in cycle time or anything like that. The supervisor is expected to enter in that work. 4M execution, that goes along with the documents, but the execution is following our roadmap for the 4Ms, whether it is checking 100% of the parts for a new operator, whether it's checking an hourly part for a new process that's just starting up after some maintenance work. So it's a way to double check to make sure that they're following the correct procedures that we have set. How's my training and how's my process? Making sure the supervisor is up to date with following up with each operator, making sure that their training reflects where they're running at for that day. And their how's my process is to double check and make sure that it is filled in correctly, so that if there's a check later down the road, we know it's done correctly and good to go. Abnormality control, making sure that the operators and the supervisors on the same page for stop, call, wait situations. And then audit duties. At TGMO, we have several auditing duties that are expected of the supervisor. We have an operator audit, we have a process audit, and we have video audits that the operator or the supervisor is expected to finish throughout the month. And we go back and complete their how's my training just like we do how's my process.
These are the key points from this session. Is one, interaction, the respect between you and your team members, the visual aid, so they see that how well of a performance they're doing, and it keeps an open line of communication between you and your team members. Thank you for watching this video.